15 it. So it's really bad for comp to play. You only have your slicing Maelstrom, and if you miss that, then you're pretty much useless. And usually pro players don't like that. They want to be useful even without their ult.
And the Lilia's been locked in. Now we are in our second phase ban. So it kind of looks like Faithful Boys could use some level of durability here. I believe that ADV will be looking at banning out more tanky champions.
Mm-hmm. I like that we see both Corki and Lilia before, especially Corki, right? We It's like Faithful Boys. They are already preparing for a tanky lineup or high sustain, high durability lineup here for ADV. So now, even if they stack up these tanky champions, the Corki and the Lily can still shred them out, and the Riven can execute them. I think that's the main template here for Faithful Boys. The only thing they need right now is someone that can actually, body block for them. That can be a Braum, that can be an Alistar on the support role. But Ornn has been used already, so that won't be an option. I actually thought that Poppy might be a great option for them, especially to stop the Rel, to stop the Aatrox, but they banned it out instead, thinking that ADV might be the one using it. And maybe they'll just opt for something like an Alistar or a Braum. Since Riven auto attacks, Corki auto attacks, Lil can auto attack too. And those concussive blows can be detrimental to ADV. But if they go for Alistar, it's pretty much okay as well, since at least he can push the Rel away.
Yeah, I was thinking either the Alistar or maybe even the Malphite for them to pick up. So both are kind of equal or kind of similar in terms of skill sets. So pick out the Alistar, like what you said, able to push away the Rel because the Rel is just going to go all in and try to pull players towards him. And by having the Alistar to be able to push out the Rel, I think it's a great pick there.
Now I'm wondering what will be the champion pick here for Onyx, right? Because we have seen almost all the meta champions already picked up, at least the strong ones, the staple ones. And now with the Nocturne, it just amplifies the threat here coming from ADV. They have long range engage. They can basically turn off the lights here for Faithful Boys. So communication has to be like key here for Faithful Boys to know what's happening, know the each member's locations, and also just to coordinate amongst each other. Lots of bursts coming in from ADV. I do love the Asol hover. I am an Asol main in Wild Rift. If they come on Onyx, I think it's taunting me. He knows that I'm casting right now. They know that I'm. They usually hover this, or they sometimes even lock it in, just to get a reaction from me. And it has been an amazing ride with them, especially when I see them in the local pro play. But I don't think Asol is gonna be a viable option, especially with like a Nocturne, Swain, and Aatrox. It's gonna be a nightmare for them. And Bessa might just be the better option because you have like better consistent DPS. You have lane survivability. If you get hit by the claw of the Swain or any of the other crowd controls, you can basically deny it with your second skill. So it's a much more balanced lineup. And since Ambessa's public execution is like long range, you can actually reach the backline, which is the Lucian, much better.
Yeah, you can reach the back line, and whoever's at the front line can be taken care by the Alistar, and that will both open up space for Riven to just be very, very disruptive on the key target, whether it's at the back or whether it's somewhere in the middle. So I really like the composition by Faithful Boys. I think they have a really well thought out composition in that sense.
Yeah, but Onyx, screw you, man. He taunted me with the Asol. I knew the second, that one pixel hover on Asol, that short hover a while ago. I knew he was gonna hover it for a prolonged period of time, or maybe even lock it in. But it's okay. It's okay. Yeah. It would have been a fool's choice to pick the Asol if ever. Yambessa is a much safer option. Although it might be a struggle here for Faithful Boys. They are strong in terms of like team fighting. They have lots of crowd control, a decent amount of durability with the Riven, Ambessa, like the Alistar as well. They have shields, they have sustain. What they don't have is long range wave clear. So if they're winning, they're gonna be winning hard. If they're losing, especially in defending turrets, it's gonna be a massive challenge for them. And ADV, they kind of have a well-rounded composition. That's something that we actually see from ADV and Faithful Boys as a characteristic quite frequently. But this time, it's really just uh, like fascinating to see them being able to draft this amazing composition at the extended part of a series, right? With Fierce Draft already implemented, they draft this really scary lineup with Nocturne and with Lucian with high amount of burst, but also high amount of consistent DPS with lots of bodyguards. But the Lucian basically has like 3 bodyguards here, like the Aatrox, the Rel, and the Swain as well, because Swain definitely is gonna be tanky later on.
Executing the plan, it's quite clear that the Faithful Boys have been showing that they are a little bit more patient with the gameplay. They know when to pull them out and re-execute from there or re-engage from there, and that's what they're really, really good at. But they must do it for one more time here tonight because it is match point for Faithful Boys, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go.
Yeah, one more chance for ADV. If they win this, I mean, they have the draft that can do it, then the series will extend. But if Faithful Boys get this win, it's game over for ADV. And it has been like a grudge match brewing already for both of them. Because yesterday, Faithful Boys lost to ADV, right? In 2-1 fashion. Faithful Boys getting, I believe they got game number 1 and then they lost twice. And the third game was really devastating for them. So I think it was a massive learning lesson for Faithful Boys as well. And they don't really want to give any chances to ADV this time around. We see a little bit of a proxy by Spells in the top lane. He is now even invading the jungle camp of contention. So this is gonna hurt his the XP and gold of the Nocturne and delay the level 5.
Yeah, and Jangwan at the same time managed to secure a couple of jungle minions. But here we go. All in onto Agnes. Agnes last hit. Ignite.
Oh, the underproof.
No, he managed to heal up just in time. So that Ignite did not take him out.
Yeah, now Spells is overextended. But he can actually win against the Aatrox.
Is he going for it? Okay. Another Ignite on to Jangwan, but he has enough health. Not going to be a problem. But he will continue on this fight. Oh, lots of pressure. Intentions. Where is he going to go? He managed to flash away to safety just in time. But he does not have enough health to make the U-turn. And now the rest of ADV now coming into the jungle side. FFB now in trouble with Pits going down. And Pits, as much as he went down, he's hoping for his teammates to be able to find a trade-off. But no, they say double kill to ADV.
Imagine Agnes supposedly dying but clutching out the dodge from some of the abilities of Onum, especially after him predicting that flash. Now is 2-0. Top lane being ganked as well. Spells falls down. It's a massive blunder by Faithful Boys and an incredible performance by ADV.
Oh man, nice re-engagement by ADV though. FFB must be kicking themselves in the back for not securing those kills, but at least they are able to secure this kill at the bottom. Evening Cha down to his last stick of health. Lucky enough for him, there's no big rotation from the mid or anywhere else. But at least FFB, well, in a short span of time, they managed to pull back 1 kill.
I wish we can have like a replay, a slow-mo replay on how Agnes actually dodged all those abilities, because it was very, very impressive with him utilizing the flash to the fullest. I actually thought initially that his flash would have been a big mistake, but it gave him a chance to dodge some of the abilities of the Riven and the Ambessa, and that allowed him to force those abilities to be on cooldown and him having a chance to just walk it off.
Look at the top fight as well. Looks like Jangwan taking a lot of damage at the top, now being forced back. And this is what Manila Anilam did really well, or at least ADV did really well with the Aatrox yesterday. They're able to pressure the top lane and just win the top lane outright. And by winning one lane, that opens up a lot of opportunity for them to put pressure back on the FFB.
Now, let's see now if Faithful Boys are going to be able to come back from this big oopsie, I would say, because Mirai is still pretty strong, right? He is 700 gold up against Shy. He's trying to go for his SS3 for Ice Bombs.
Maybe a bit of an overextension here underneath the turret. The turret is still active, and there's nowhere for him to go. Manila Angram will surely fall. But at least a bit of a trade here. Jungle goes down as well.
Yeah, 1-for-1 trade is actually good here for spells, especially within dying.
ADV, both players taking a lot of damage, but Fuyo, as much as he flashed away, he still went down, so that flash was in vain. Evening Child, 1v2, can't trade it back, and it looks like FFB, they're just falling apart.
Yeah, they are. We're now starting to see a massive snowball lead by ADV. 3,000 gold lead at 5 minutes into the game. We saw Mirai and Disaster kinda overextending in the bottom lane. It could have been a kill for them, but great dodges coming in from Shy, and they even baited out Mirai to keep on fishing for that lucky shot on those missile barrages, but Shy just baited him flawlessly. Scorn dealt the damage, and then Shy just went back to secure the kill and the gold. Now they're getting the tempo pre 6 minutes. When the objective spawns, the majority of their players are gonna have their first items, and for Faithful Boys, they're not primed for this objective fight.
And what's happening to Faithful Boys? It almost feels like they're starting to lose their cool. They kept running to go for the kills, and they kept going behind the turrets into the jungle very early on. Very, very confident moves. Gotta applaud them for that, but they're not getting much out of it. So now they have to just reset and keep their cool again.
Yeah, they have to. They kind of have to stall this game out a bit, slow down. But it's hard when you have champions that kind of rely on snowballing, like the Riven and the Ambessa. Both of them kind of fall off into the late game. So even if they have Lilia and a Corki, some of the win conditions kind of straights off as time goes by. Now,
and then the Dragon is still out open, but looks like ADV, they will go in for it. They know they have the advantage. When it comes to leveling, when it comes to goal advantage as well, they will push back the players of FFB, and FFB, one by one, falls to the hands of TV. They even push underneath the turret, and it's still not going to be a problem for them. And now they will gain not only the bottom turret, but might be even the mid turret. Mid turret very, very low. Intentions, not able to secure it, but is he going to go in for it? No. Be patient, my friend.
Man, that engage coming in from Scorn was brilliant, man. 2-3 Magnet Storm, and then the rest of ADV just followed up. Now they get the Dragon. They got the Enchanted Summon a while ago and used it into the mid lane. That's why we see 18 HP remaining on that tier 1 tower of Faithful Boys in mid lane. And man, Agnes Tachyon, 4-0-1. He is bad AF.
Oh man, at the top, it looks like FFB, they try to make an engagement onto Manila Anilam, but then again, right, this moment he's pretty tanky, so you don't want to overcommit onto him, especially underneath the turret. And at least FFB, they realize that they kept their cool and they retreat.
Now though, there's a little bit of a power spike, at least for the survivability of both the Riven and the Ambessa. They picked up their Eclipse, so they should be able to survive a little bit better whenever they do their short-term exchanges. But in terms of damage, it's already massive coming in from ADV. Every single member of them already has their first item, even Scorn.
Oh,
no
a bit of an attempt here onto Manila Anilam, but understandably he's low on health, but he's baiting himself because his teammates are there. Good thing that FFB, they did not bite the bait, but they're still waiting at side. Intentions is there, though. And when going in for it, they will stop Intentions from going home, and now Intentions is one in trouble. They got Intentions. The rest of the cavalry, they are here right now. Silman makes a showing, but here comes Silman. Because of that, they trade back 2 kills. Give the man, Agnes, a double kill in the process.
Would have been a triple kill as well had it been one other member of ADV getting that kill. And just the counter attacks are just so impactful here against Faithful Boys. At this point, 9 minutes into the game, 9,000 gold lead on a scary scaling composition. This game is theoretically done. But let's see how much Faithful Boys can actually stretch this game out and look for their chances to come back. Because ADV, when they get this kind of lead, it's almost impossible to take it back.
Oh man, I'm starting to have like visions of whatever happened yesterday, the reverse sweep of ADV or the FFB. No, this round is not over yet, obviously, but these are signs here. And ADV, they're taking control of the jungle side of FFB. There's almost no other area for them to farm now.
And simply because ADV is also just invading, getting the resources, denying gold from Faithful Boys, denying essentially their scaling. And it's hurting every single lane as well. We see them just grouping up but not really getting any resources, just getting information. But as they get information, ADV also spots them out, especially with their deep wards. And FFB just ends up wasting more time.
10 minutes. And right now, ADV, they have absolute control. 45 more seconds before the Baron's up, but now the chase is happening. They're going to go all the way in, but the rest of FFB making a showing. ADV, they know that they're outnumbered, so I don't think they will commit though. But they're still going for it. Okay, they want to steal away the buff. Okay, the buff falls to the hands of ADV. That's going to be a start. There comes the culling here, one side by Shy, but not able to deal as much damage as he would have liked. And now FFB, they try to respond back, but they are fairly low in health, so they have to back off.
Yeah, ADV doesn't have 4 of their ults, and they're kind of reliant on those as well. So they just walk off. They didn't commit too deeply into that fight. They didn't really have any reason to as well, especially with objectives coming up in the next few seconds. Baron even is up already and might be of interest here by ADV. And Pitts still very, very far from his second item. But when he gets that Riftmaker, I think it's going to be very helpful for his sustain.
Sticking onto the dragon though. But FFB, they want to stop the dragon. I mean, Jangwon was there, but they immediately let the one go. I guess they realized as well that at this point, the goal difference is kind of big. It's about 9k difference. No point for them to try to contest the dragon.
It's hard. It's hard for Faithful Boys to actually contest anything here. They can't even push any lanes anymore. The only tower they have pushed is top lane, but that's ages ago. And now Baron being the next target here of ADV. They're also soul point for Mountain Dragon, so that's gonna help them so much in resisting the damage from Faithful Boys later on, if ever they do get that last dragon.
The Baron is up though, but FFB, are they gonna go for it? I guess at some point they have to challenge. They cannot just play passively, right? If they give this Baron to ADV, ADV can push, and by the time FFB won't have any space to pop at all.
Hopefully, Disaster being a little bit in trouble, but does have Warmog, so even if he gets damaged, as long as he is still alive, he's gonna be fine. Now, ADV, I'm actually quite nervous here for Faithful Boys, simply because Intention or Agnes Tachyon, his next item surely is gonna be Death Cap, and then when he gets that, it's just so much damage now coming in from this way, and it's just gonna increase even more when it gets that Death Cap. They're starting Baron, and Faithful Boys, Fitz just got back from the base.
Can he make it in time though? The Baron is now down to 50% of health. And Fuyu at the forefront trying to open up the map, and they will try to zone them off. Looks like the counter engage will happen. They will stop the Baron right now, and they will go all in on the FFB. And FFB falling apart. Evening Child is down. Jangwon is in trouble. Pitts as well. Jangwon will be the next one to be eliminated. Same goes for Pitts as well. Looks like ADV might be able to win this game without the Baron.
Let's see, because now they're setting their eyes on the Baron instead of fully committing onto the push. And I think one of the reasons why ADV won that is because they got the pick off onto Mirai early into that fight. I mean, it required a lot of resources and full commitment by them, but just barely they got him, and that's the most important. That was the key to them winning the team fight. Because Scorn got denied of that Magnet Storm engage. I mean, he captured some, but majority or all of the members of Faithful Boys actually got away. But that commitment by the rest of the members of ADV, including like the Nocturne and all, just allowed them to just win the game. And
Oh, wait.
oh no, who?
Oh, okay, okay.
Okay.
All right.
Whew. All right.
All
False
right, all
alarm,
right.
guys. False alarm. Hey, just we're just being tested if we're really watching.
I like how you put it that way. But right now, FFB
Oh!
will be tested by ADV again, and they might be able to catch one from ADV, but here comes the rest of ADV. It's going to be a big ball here, and everyone knocked up. ADV, big advantage to FFB, and they now can end the game. Big disaster for FFB, and ADV will lock in this game, bringing us to game number 4.
Brilliant Magnet Storm again by Scorn, and this time they nail it. And we're gonna be having a game number 4 because of that. I mean, starting from the bat, right? When we saw the composition of both of these teams, we kind of leaned towards ADV just because of the lineup, but the execution was so pristine as well. And Faithful Boys, they did really try to burst out Scorn, but him surviving and being able to pop that Magnet Storm just gave the opportunity for Manila Alenam and the rest of the crew to just burst everyone out. I mean, Agnes Tachyon is just unkillable. So does Scorn, right? And to think that he received majority of the